The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's your boy UAG back with another episode of the weekly retro party WRP show brought to you by our people over there at X Arcade. Go ahead and go to that site, check out the new tank stick. It is looking good. Bunch of reviews from the people in the community, so sounds like it's a good one. I still haven't put out my review. That's coming out shortly, but go ahead, check those people over there at X Arcade. With that being said, let's get into the show. Off the top, let's get our man, our brother, Mr. MGK. What's going on, bro?
What up, bro? What's happening?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. If you was living under a rock, a lot of things happened this week, but you know how it is. We was away for a week, but we're back here again.
Yeah, man, we had to get some rest, man. Just a little bit of rest. Hope everybody did too.
Yeah, last weekend was a good rest day, but now we're back. How's the weather been over there in ATL, bro?
Man, it was good for a minute, bro. It was like that, like baby spring. It was like good. You can see, hey man, everybody was out in their cars and the clothes, man. People was out. Then all of a sudden, it's like, man, like fucking somebody dropped the bottom out this bitch. It went back to freezing like in 24 hours. I was like, the hell just happened?
Like, it'll give a little tease, like, oh, you thought it was gonna be hot? Boom. And then it was a monsoon over here. I don't know if it rained by you, but it was a monsoon here all day. And
yeah, so, it was like, dude, I guess we're gonna have rain all the way through Sunday.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, we're a couple of states apart, but it ain't. I mean, we in the same region, so
yeah. But like for sometimes you can have like just within miles. I don't know, like here, there's like you're in Charlotte, and then you could be in like in the mountains, snowing, and that's just an hour away. So that's crazy. But with that being said, you know how we do. We have to have our topics, our what the F moments of the week.
Yeah, what the F moments. Yeah, what's going on?
And
I know you got some good stuff. What's up?
Let's start with this one here. It wouldn't be Florida, right? It wouldn't be Florida if something crazy didn't happen there. And so let's go ahead and bring up what happens in Florida here.
Now a chase that looks like a scene out of the Old West, except the Wild Wild West didn't have palm trees.
Giddy up!
Get that Batman now! Get it!
A police horse named Nash chases a drug suspect through the streets of Jacksonville. The horse gallops through a red light, dodging cars.
Hey, get on the ground! You're gonna get run over!
Sheriff's Officer Cassie Hare is in the saddle, and Nash, a Clydesdale, isn't horsing around.
Come on, Nash! Come on, Nash! Get him, boy! Bro, you're not gonna run us on the horse! You better stop!
Finally, the out-of-breath suspect gives up
Get on the ground!
and is apprehended, thanks to some serious horsepower.
Get it, Nash!
Big
Get
brother
that
couldn't outrun
Batman.
a horse.
Get it now. Hey, get on!
The suspect was charged with resisting an officer.
First of all, these they're who is chasing somebody on a horse? What up?
Hey, what up, man?
KFB. What up?
Man? Yo, man. Hey, bro, I'm not even gonna get into my personal life. You know I be having stories, bro. I'm just saying.
You was chased by a horse?
Not no horse, man. But I had an adventure with a paddy wagon that was rather stupid one time.
I don't know.
What's up, Rich?
I think you might have a run-in with a horse thing.
Nah, I don't mess with horses, man, at all.
Now,
bro.
it's like, so one time, it wasn't me, but I was out and about, and I seen these officers not on motorcycles but on bicycles trying to pull people over, like.
Yeah, they do that
You're
stuff,
not
man.
gonna be on no bicycle trying to pull.
Well, they do
over.
it in traffic, man. They do it like if you had a big event like at a dome, like at the dome or something, like a lot of traffic, they'll just weave through the traffic and be like, pull over.
Like, sir, what you're not gonna do is pull me over on no damn bicycle. You better just go about your business. You better catch some jaywalkers or something.
I had a homeboy that punched a police horse one time.
Punch a police horse? Why?
He was drunk. We was at an event that was like a couple 100,000 people. It was huge. It took over the whole city, like a big party. Everybody drunk, walking around through everything, man. Toe up, man. The dude, like, we was in the country city. I'm just gonna say we was in Gatlinburg. No, Pigeon Forge. And police horse came into the little spot, man, and the horse like nibbled on him. My boy was drunk, turned around and just hit the horse, bro. And like everybody scattered. It was stupid. I promise on everything, bro. That happened.
I believe it. And with that being said, let's get into this. I want the beautiful thing about Ring cameras, it catches special events.
Everything.
Now, I think that this may be a joke. But if this is a joke, this is still hilarious to me.
A bad joke.
Are currently being recorded.
Yeah, what's up?
How's it going? Any chance you can come to the door real quick?
I'm at work right now. What's good, though?
Really? Damn. You usually be home around this time. Well, anyway, I broke into your house earlier.
Wait, repeat what you just said.
I broke into your house earlier. Follow me now? I'm just fucking with you. And I noticed you had a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? She's just a sweetheart. That motherfucker a sweetheart, man. I would be carrying the TV. He'd be running behind me with the little remote and everything. The good little helper. Anyway, my dog don't play with toys anymore. She grown now. But I figured your dog might want to, so I brought some old toys dog might want to play with.
Do you have any idea what I'm going to do to you when I get my hands on you?
Now your dog gets nothing.
Are currently being recorded.
Again, I think it's a joke, but if that was to happen, bro, I don't know.
Bro, that would be stupid. I mean, I do. Did you see the one where person did that for real? Like they broke in somebody's house and they came back and the people was on is like, hey, I think I left my wallet in your house or some shit, or my keys. It was some shit stupid, like they left their keys in the house or dropped their keys while they was robbing the people's house. It was a real damn video.
That's crazy.
Hello? Oh, you am I
froze?
buffering? You buffer. Did you hear what I said?
I heard what you said.
Yeah, it froze up.
I don't know. Let's see what's happening here.
It might be me. I don't know. But did you hear what I said though?
Yeah, I heard what you said.
Nick.
I heard what you said, bro.
Okay. I'll make sure. I got you. I mean, it was just going in and out. I'll just make sure.
Okay. No, so with that being said, I do got another one here, and I want you to see this. And now this is a practical joke on somebody. Imagine you at a birthday event, and this is what you hear.
Happy birthday to you, nigga. Happy birthday to you, nigga. Happy birthday, dear nigga.
What?
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
They call him nigga during the happy birthday, and I think that I don't know
During the birthday song.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, that's horrible.
I think there's some kind of foreign thing, so that's hilarious part.
It's all good. They was up there eating with Uncle Ruckus. I get it.
Yeah, they must have known your guy, your boy.
Yeah, what I'm saying, they was out there eating with Uncle Ruckus. That's all it was, okay. It sounded like something he wanted to say. When we was eating, he's like, your birthday, I got a birthday song for you.
So I got this one here. I read this, and I thought this was hilarious. Okay. It says, bitch gave me the pussy, and the next day I went to pay her rent up for the rest of the year. She went and told her homegirl about it, and I did the same shit for her. My homegirl's gonna call me and ask me what type of pussy these bitches got that got you paying their rent up for the whole year. I told her Section 8 pussy because them bitches rent ain't nothing but $12 a month. You get it?
Oh,
I think that's hilarious. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
funny. That's really funny. He's like, I paid it all up. So I tell you,
both of the girls.
Like, he getting it all for under $100. Right at $100. Why not? Shit. I ain't mad at it, bro.
And then I got this one here. I want you to see this one. This one is interesting, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the video, and I want you to hear your perspective on it, because my perspective might be. I just want to hear what you think about it. All right, let's go ahead and get this one showing here. What? Okay.
Coca-Cola. Did y'all hear? Tell me you didn't funnel a whole lot of illegal immigrants who you hired into a room and lied to them about how there was a meeting. And then you had them all cornered by ICE. So you're like, hey, it's all good. We told on ourselves. You got another issue now. Have you met the people that live here, whether legally or illegally? We're crazy. You think we won't have you shut down? Now, that's not to say that I am for people being here illegally. Because if I go to a country where they have immigration laws and I have not followed the laws in order to be in that country, they will deport me. Plain and simple. So, same goes for everybody else in this country. I got it. But the way you went about it, that's dirty. And if you do that dirty, who knows what else you do dirty. All I gotta say is, there's some folks coming for you. And I am so glad that I am anyone but you.
What do you like?
What?
So you understand what happened, right?
So I get it, but he did it so whack though. So basically said it was a whole bunch of illegal immigrants working for Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola brought them all into a room and then called ICE.
They're the ones that hired them.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that, bro.
So you don't think that happened?
No. I don't believe it because I seen the people at Coca-Cola like dude, Coca-Cola so hard to get a job at. Where the hell was they working? Coca-Cola, like, don't forget, Coca-Cola, Chick-fil-A, Home Depot, all these places are right here in Atlanta. All these headquarters, and they have a large, abundance. Coca-Cola, this is not a Pepsi city. This is a Coca-Cola city. You almost can't find a Pepsi in this place. And I'm just saying, like, when I look and I know people who work for Coca-Cola, bro, they don't just hire random people. Like, where do you work at Coca-Cola? No offense, I was about to say something real.
Were they in the bottling plant? Maybe
I was about to say something real racist.
I don't think that there were like
Coca-Cola don't own their bottling plants like that though. It's just like Budweiser or anything else. They actually they would like lease it or like have a contractor. So it'll be the Coca-Cola bottling plant, but it'll be by UAG Corporation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they only lease it, just like like McDonald's, all this stuff. McDonald's don't own none of their processing.
It might be that's probably what it was though.
Now that could be it, because if you got some, the secondary third party joint, they might have been running anything up through there.
It's kind of like a couple of years ago when Walmart was in trouble for hiring illegal people, but it wasn't actually Walmart. It was the people that they sublet to clean Walmart.
Oh yeah, it was the contractors. It's like us, man. Like we contract. I think we spend a couple $1 million a year on just like contracted cleaning work.
Yeah, so it probably is very similar in that aspect. The whole thing is that, but it's attached to your name. Anything bad that happens,
well, they all the uniforms and everything they wear says Coca-Cola, it says whatever. Even though even the check may say it, but it'd be like Coca-Cola by whatever. You know what I'm saying?
So, that's not a good look.
That's not a good look. I ain't never think about it like that. So that's a good thing. I was like, man, Coca-Cola hard as heck to get in, boy.
Oh, but it's a lot easier.
It's like FedEx.
That. Yeah, like, it's hard to get into FedEx, but there's a lot of other companies that actually wear the uniform, has a truck that says it, but you look at that fine print, it's from a parcel carrier ABC.
Yeah, true.
So
true.
It's crazy. But with that being said, let's get into the topics of this week's episode. And I want to go with this. An argument that you and me been having for a better half of the last few years.
Okay, what's up?
What happened over the week was PlayStation Network went down. The latest one. Xbox, it happened to Xbox, it's happened to all of them, Steam. Well, it happened to PlayStation. It was down for almost a whole day. And it just goes to show us that we don't own shit.
No.
We don't own shit in today's time.
You don't.
And this is just another example of why physical media is so important. And even like, and you mentioned this a million times, even if you have certain like modern physical media games, there's a good majority of them that you still can't play because you have to download that.
Well,
You have to be connected to the network.
They make you be on the network. Like if it doesn't have the read back or see, that's what they messed us up, man. They came out and started making this whole anti-cheat software where you have to ping into the network and you have to authenticate to be able to play the game, right? And you have to be able to give up so much of your bandwidth to the network to make sure that you're not cheating. Well, that's basically just saying that you can't play my game unless I give you the permission to. Unless I let you in. That's it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you paid $99.99 for the premium pack and you did all that other stuff. Man, they not letting you in. That's Chosen. What's up, man? I'm sorry. What's up, baby?
That's crazy though. Like you spend all this money, right, to own a game. If they just say, you know what,
Chosen,
they could just be like, we don't want to renew the license or this or that. There's so many factors that could come into play that your game could be gone.
Well, I just hate it, man, because I actually was playing something, and I'm gonna tell you a game that went full circle for me. You remember how much I really love Titanfall, right?
Yeah.
I was in the competitions. I was doing all this other stuff, man. Like I wanted to be the number one Titanfall player in the world, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Until all these dudes with PCs until they did cross-platform, and I realized there's no way to beat people that cheat, right? That's okay. But but the thing is that when Titanfall 2 went out, they came out with what's the game that they came out that was off of Titanfall? The one where everybody, the shooter, the open world shooter. I can't think of it. You guys know what it is. But it's like basically Titanfall without the Titans, right? It's all the same, a lot of the same characters, all the other shit. Hold up. Hold the F up. What?
He built two of them in a week.
I bet one for this in a second. Yeah. What you doing, man? You finally getting into you just gave up on all the rest of the stuff, the consoles and all the other
he
stuff.
was playing Atari for a while. So
that's
all he talked about was Atari.
He had a pimped out Game Boy. I don't know, man.
So the fact that he stepped into into this current generation.
Hey man, put the specs in. Hit the specs. I want the specs, baby. I'm not a PC snob.
He's on a Dell Optiplex.
Hey, I got Dell Optiplexes all over the place. Don't play with me.
Yeah, but if you trying to do something, he said never Atari. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie about that because you stay. Oh, why we don't ever talk about Atari? Why are we talking about new shit? Don't do that. I got a memory like an elephant, bro.
Yeah, but hey, let's go back. I'm sorry, but yo, Chosia, give us the specs, man. But hey, man, the whole thing about this whole media thing, man, is that I've been warning people about it, and it's only going to get worse. Because think about it, when they try to go to 3060 OC 12 gig, hey man, okay, what CPU? How much RAM? So like when my thing is that, oh, what you got, a gaming PC and a streaming PC? All right, but
4060, okay.
I mean, I like that. It's a 40 series car, so now you at least you moved up into that, into that the AI realm. Say a little bit. It's all good. But so when everybody goes cloud based, what do you do? What do you do when like all these networks that want to go completely physical media-less, right? And they want to go with just straight streaming. What do you do? And that's why I've been pushing with Steam. Like I love the fact that at least with Steam, the games, all of the media for the games download to my hard drive. I can literally go in there and I can see the file, and I can manipulate the file. I've had some issues where like some of my anti-cheats and stuff stopped working, and I was able to manipulate them, get them working again, do some other stuff, right? But if you don't have anything, you're kind of stuck, right? So what do you do then? What up?
Oh, hi.
What up, Shawty?
Hi. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Why are you over here looking
you?
like Ariel and shit?
What
do you think this is? Nah, don't do that.
Go ahead, we'll take it.
I won't. And we charging.
Take that.
No, now. You see, and look, why y'all dissing Atari? No one's dissing Atari. I'm just saying that you just finally stepping in there.
No, we not dissing Atari. We were dissing Chosen because that's all he ever talked about.
That's all he knew. That's all he
Yeah.
knew. Now
5,500. Okay.
Now back
so are you gaming or what are you doing? Are you
he's
gonna
doing
game?
something? That ain't cheap stuff. And to answer your question there, MGK, when that happens, when it goes fully streaming, I'm going to totally eliminate consoles. I'm done with I'm basically done with them now, and I have them. But
that's why I stopped. That's why I stopped getting them, because like literally, me and Beautiful One just realized, like, dude, do you know that we've paid for like the last year and maybe 4 months, right? So let's say 12, 13, 16 months, right? 16 months of Microsoft that we got the Game Pass, right? Dude, we don't even touch it. I don't know what it looked like. My shit ain't booted up in so long. None of my Xboxes, none of shit.
The reason why my shit's still on because my kids play it. My kids play the Xbox and Game Pass. It's perfect for that. But when you get to the point where everything's got to be digital, right? Mm-hmm. I could buy the PC game for like 50% less than what it costs for the consoles. I don't have to have a yearly subscription.
Or if you got a game, if you got an open world game that don't involve other people, you don't have to pay for the game at all.
Yeah, like.
Oh, I didn't say that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's not get canceled. Sony, I didn't hear that from me. Right.
Hey man, but Sony was real bad about getting hacked, man. Some people been hacking them PlayStations for a while, bro.
Well, remember that whole movie and all their movies were out there a couple of years ago. MGK, the show must go on. At the end of the show, if you want to, we could do it. Right now, we're not going to derail the show, but I appreciate your kind gesture, sir. Now, back to the topic at hand. Yes, I would switch off. So Infinite, we'll pose that question to you. Nintendo, what you call PlayStation? I know you're an Xbox person, so you probably was cheering and shit like that, but PlayStation was down for almost a full day. It happened to Xbox too, and we was just talking about how it really shows us that we don't own shit because nobody can play because all these games are digital, and we was fucked. So, what do you think about that? First of all, PlayStation being down for so long and no real explanation, and then not being able to play the games that you already paid for because you have to be connected to a network.
I believe that about 8 or 9 years ago on Christmas, PlayStation was down for 3 days. And everybody's subscriptions got caught, their credit card information linked. At that moment in time, I knew that Sony had horrible security, and it took a lot to get Microsoft to that point. So very surprised about that one. So I'm used to that. Sony's not really a gaming console. It's a graphics console, in my opinion. And yeah, it does make sense. This is an early reminder or a reminder from the past that yes, you do not own this, and you should have as much hard copies as possible and hope that if something happens, you still have access to these. or stack up on your board games and your books, because it's not in your hands anymore.
Board games. I know we nerds, but damn.
Well, we were just talking about it though. Like, so a lot of people have physical content. I got physical content to a lot of games, but a lot of these games still don't. A lot of the newer games won't work even with the physical content unless you're online. So they got their hooks in you one way or another. And at that point you're thinking about it like, so that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why I went PC, right? So check this out. So if Ubisoft goes off, right, I can still play everything else. Ubisoft network might be down for a while, but everybody else's network isn't down, right? But when all of your games are being funneled through Microsoft servers or being funneled through Sony servers, you screwed.
And then there's a lot of ways to play those games, even though they say that you have to be on the network. Even on Steam, there's still ways to get around it and still be able to play those games.
Yeah, Steam has a function built in that allows you to play most games offline if you purchase them. The only time you can't play games online that you purchase is if the game is true. But you got to remember, that's why almost all the games come with a campaign mode, right? So if the network goes down, they always say, well, we gave you a whole nother way to play the game in the interim, right? So
that's exactly why. And you can have one Steam account and be able to have multiple people play on it, which is so cool.
Have you guys noticed there's two new apps that have come out? One is called Primetime, the other one is called One and All. And they have about 5 or 6 different huge streaming platforms put together: Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, and both of them are competing.
You know what that's called? Cable. They just did all they did was change it, and from streaming services, because cable was all together. Now they're like, oh, you know what? We're gonna bundle this shit together and make the new cable.
Somebody just got on.
Yeah, $43 per month. Cable. Cable was up to $225 to get what you really wanted, and then the NBA, what's that called? NBA, it's NBA something that was like $200 by itself. NBA League Pass, that was like $200 itself.
Yeah.
So I mean. So to get all those streaming platforms together for $43 a month, I think it's definitely worth it compared to having to pay $225 just to get all of the the subscription channels on cable plus basic plus.
Well, you know why?
And then NBA League.
Well, right now, the first quarter, Disney reported a loss of 700,000 subscribers.
Wow.
We have a thing now that's called churn, like at Netflix. If you're a person that loves what's their most famous show? I forgot the name
on
of
Netflix?
It. Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And you know that only comes on the summer. I'm gonna cut it off, until the summer comes. And that's what people have been doing. Like, you only get the show for that service for 3 months. Come back on, leave, and this way, if you get a big package deal like what you just said, chances are you're not going to cancel because you're getting too much of a good deal, and you have other things to watch.
Well, here's the other thing where Netflix messed up. When they got greedy when they wanted to stop people from sharing the subscription. That's how they lost all those people. They're like, oh, now they
didn't lose people. That was smart because
now they did. That's why they lost 700,000 subscribers.
No, that was Disney. Netflix gained a bunch of subscribers because they what they did was, they don't have to pay the regular price; they'll pay the friend price. So instead
they paid the family plan,
the family $8 or something like that. They got a bunch of people. They're still the #1 streamer in the world.
I mean, they're just getting better. I'm not gonna lie to you. We know they just keep adding sports to it, which makes it great. They had the Beyonce Bowl.
I got a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah, Disney messed up because they content is flat. You know what I'm saying? Like Disney.
If Marvel's not coming out, what are you gonna watch?
Exactly, it's Marvel.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was on Star Wars for a while, but Star Wars and fell off. Like nobody's watching the Clone Wars and other stuff like that. You know, you got a bunch of older episodes for shows and stuff like that. You know, that's why I think Disney owns Hulu now, right?
Yes.
They're dragging it. They're dragging it. They're dragging Star Wars. They're dragging it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're dragging it.
It's been dead for a while, and so they're trying new things. So
I love the Star Wars stuff, man. But they what's it, the Ahsoka series? Yeah. It could have been
The Mandalorian
so much better.
Came out, and that was
good.
The Mandalorian came out.
But you can't make. The thing is, when you start using that name and you put up subpar things attached to that, you ruin the value of the name in itself. And people don't look at Star Wars as this grand thing as they did in the past.
I mean,
because there's so many hit and miss.
You can't replicate going to the movies and seeing George Lucas's Star Wars for the first time, reading it from the galaxy and far away. Like, you can't replicate that, but that's because that was so great to us. And thank you, Buckwheat. I will. You can send that, and I'll rock those. But yeah, you can't replicate that. So, like, when I just found out that the Friendly Spider-Man just came out and they released all episodes, I'm like, what are you doing? The point, how you grasp our attention, is having us wait.
Don't be disrespectful. They
I
did
don't
not.
I don't want to binge.
They only did 2 episodes, and then they released it weekly. Don't misinform the viewers. Okay. Now I will say
maybe I can see them all. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Did y'all like it?
I didn't. I liked it because it was modern, but still trying to give that old feel of.
It looked like a comic book.
That was. It's biting the style of whatever's been popular right now, like Archer and different shows like that.
But I also feel like it took us back. So you see how Doctor Strange in the first episode is old school Doctor Strange. His costume is the old Doctor Strange, not the new one.
Yeah, but also what I didn't like, I mean, they not listen. I'm all for putting a different spin on things, but not Norman Osborn's black. The guy like I don't like when they do it like. If there's a purpose for the story, like everything, like the lizard doctor, now it's a female, like they're pushing this stuff way too much. Like, I don't know. Man,
Orange is the new black. You acted like you didn't see.
Man. I try not to say that, man. Disney, I didn't want to be on this whole Disney woke type bandwagon stuff, man. But dude, sometimes they just push the envelope way
they're just too
far,
much.
bro.
Like, I can understand like certain things, like,
and that was my issue with Black Panther when everybody was like, Mike, why you hating on Black Panther? I wasn't hating on Black Panther. I think that they were so, when they had the opportunity, they took the opportunity to push the narrative and make the movie woke. And I'm like, dude, why did you have to do that? You didn't have to make the movie woke. You just had to make a good movie.
All right. So after Orange is the New Black, it kind of opened up a door. It opened up a door to transforming. So, hey, if we're going to play the same roles, I mean, Will Smith played the genie. The genie was Robin Williams. You know what I'm saying?
But like, see the difference of
that? The mermaid is now black and not is Chloe. And
I didn't. Yeah. The genie's blue.
Well, you know what I mean.
The genie. No, but what I'm saying is like. He didn't change anything too much for me. Like that was a good rendition of it. But when you again, I it didn't kill me for that. But like when you're purposely trying to do, it feels like, especially in the show, like every which way they try to change, like Okay, Norman Osborn's black. Whatever. The son's black. Okay, whatever. Oh, now the doctor is a female. Okay. Oh, now Dr. Ock is a female too. Like, where we going, bro? Like, it's a little much. It's a little much.
They're trying to innovate and give roles to.
So build a whole new show. Like, do a whole new show. Do new characters. Don't change the characters that we already have. That's my issue. Like, don't change the people that we already have. We've known these people as these people for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years.
Do you not want them to keep up with it? I mean, first of all, before Netflix, before HBO, Disney has been a front runner on giving stories and coming into your homes and your families. Disney had a radio station. They
never were woke like this. They never were woke like this. This is extra.
They invented TGIF. Thank God for Friday. I mean, Disney has been a front runner, and therefore they have to try to stay ahead. So in order to gather, remember, not everybody is a female gamer that understands anime, movies, the importance of all these things. So now they're trying to draw in a different audience.
Yeah, but you're turning away a lot of your loyal fans to get the new ones. That's not a good idea. That's not.
We're hoping they all stay together.
So, with that being said, let's get to the next topic, guys.
Buckwheat said.
And let me bring up this article here to kind of help with what I want to address.
I have a special little video I sent to you.
So Nintendo is coming. It is laying down the groundworks to screwing us all. They said that they're going to come out with the new Nintendo Switch 2, right? And they're saying, well, you know, with inflation, with prices changing, things like that, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but still going to be affordable because that's what we do. At the same time, they said, fuck you, that the regular Nintendo Switch that's already out, when that price is not going to change. So you're going to come out with a new system that's going to be more expensive, and you're still going to charge us the same price for the existing one that we already have now. So, MGK, it looks like what your prediction is going to be right. It's going to be a lot more expensive than we thought it would be. If you're still going to keep the price of the Nintendo Switch at what, $389, $369 on a sale, what do you think that means for us in the Nintendo Switch world? Two. Like, what price is that going to be at? If you're going to keep that price, I was thinking that it's going to be around $399. There's no way it's going to be $399 if you're going to keep the Switch 1 at that price.
I don't know. Like I said, when you dabble into that $450, $500 mark, man, you start pushing a lot of people away. But I'm gonna say this: they know now that they can actually sell a device at a top tier price. If you look at the majority of the for what they're gonna offer in this handheld, basically Nintendo took a lot of technology from a lot of different boutique handheld companies and some of the major handheld players in the market, and took a lot of their special sauces and put it together, right, to give you something from Nintendo. Now, the device is going to be hype. It's going to be hot. My problem with all of it is going to be that they're looking at these handhelds that are selling for $1,000 a piece. Think about it. Some of these makers, some of these PC based handhelds, not the Steam Deck and all that stuff, but some of these other ones, they sell for $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 for a handheld, and they sell out. They sell out pre-orders. They sell out all this shit.
But Mike, this is supposed to be for
kids.
For kids, right?
So what I'm saying,
this is supposed to be a family friendly, affordable
what I'm saying,
option.
I think it's gonna be like $499, And I think that the $499 is going to be able to give you that the docking station with the GPU based, stuff. I think that it's going to give you a lot of features. The problem that I have with the price and the technology and everything, I don't think that they're going to be able to give you a game that's, I don't really know if Nintendo's going to be able to give you the game that's going to work for that form factor. You get what I'm saying?
Mike, do you know what's going to be my issue? And I want to hear you guys debate this. Is at that price, I could get a Steam Deck and it could do a lot more than probably what that can do. At that, at $500, I could get a refurbished one for under $400.
Yeah, you can get a Steam Deck OLED right now, and it'll probably cook everything. I mean, or you can get like the Lenovo or something like that that'll eat it up, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like you got some handhelds out there that are really, really good. They're just. I always said this, this would kill every maker on the market because you have been able to find a way to put the power in a handheld, right? If Microsoft ever took the time to develop a front end specifically for Windows that works just for gaming, it would be game over. It would be the end of gaming as you know it, because if you have a GPU based dock and you have a handheld that can go everywhere, that can play every game you want it, whether it be your Steam library, whether it be any PC game, whether you do an emulator, whether you do whatever you want, you can take it with you, and you can take it with you and play it at just a little bit lower resolution, maybe 720, 1080, and then when you dock it, you can play it in 1440. You know what I'm saying? 1440, 120. Then you win, and you can play every freaking game you want. But the problem with it is the front end. Nintendo kills it because it's just so easy. It's just so easy, and that's why they're gonna do it.
I think Chosen One said it. It's a system for everybody. You have young people, older people, in between, people that have not tech savvy, because it's turn and play. You don't got to play with it. So it does have a place, but the only thing is that I think that price is gonna set some people away.
I don't think so. I think that the systems are gonna be so limited at first that the people that are gonna be rushing and waiting in line to buy them and it's going through all these hoops. So think about it. You're gonna have to go through hoops to get this bitch when it come out. It's gonna be just like a brand new GPU, like the 5090 or the 5080 when it released. You go have people out there waiting to get it. It's not gonna be that easy. They're not gonna be able to produce enough of them. I don't think that the first runs are gonna be for kids at all. I think the first runs are gonna be for hardcore gamers, people who just gotta have it, and they're gonna pay whatever it costs to have it in their hand. And after you get those first 2 or 3 waves out, they're gonna drop the price, and then it's gonna be more accessible to people that is gonna be buying it with their kids and stuff like that. They're all the people that's got it, that's gonna be sitting in line, is gonna already have one. They're gonna give their kids their old one.
Infinite. You have to chime in. You're a gamer. Your kid has a Switch, so you are very well versed in that. What do you think about this, knowing that the price might be a little bit higher than the average consumer is used to in terms of Nintendo? What do you think that's going to do for us?
I think Nintendo has to come out with some amazing games to attract some people, because throughout Nintendo history, they had a strong lead. Xbox and PlayStation really took over. The Wii got them up to speed when it came to family gaming, and that was kind of like their forefront on the advertising marketing. Now we've got the Switch, which is the handheld. It did overpower handheld, but now you have the Steam, like we said. So it has to come with some hard hitting hits. And I believe what Buckwheat said, they only have Mario in there. And if you have someone who's into retro gaming and building cabinets and all that, saying that they only have Mario, it doesn't say a lot for
Zelda,
Mario. Okay, these are two. That's for older people. What are you doing that's gonna get this younger generation
Pokemon
wanting it? Pokemon. I agree with that part, but that's not enough.
Monster Hunter. All these
like
games that I'm telling you,
Monster Hunter's on Xbox.
Monster Hunter has an exclusive title you can find only on Nintendo Switch. So they have some exclusive titles. That's what's the difference between Nintendo and the others. Like they lean heavily into their exclusive titles. You can only get these on here. Mario Party, you can only get that on here. Luigi's Mansion, you can only get that on here. They can sell it to us 3 fucking times and we're gonna buy it.
Yeah, but it's not graphically intensive enough to really justify the price of that they're gonna be paying for the technology that's in it. You're gonna be able to run those games on what they already have. That's why the game's gonna be backwards and forwards. They're gonna be forward compatible. But what Mario game have you ever played that was that graphically intensive?
None really, but
I'm realizing something. The Mario now, even with this graphics in some of the fire games that they have, which I love all those games, right? It's becoming like the new Pac-Man. You've seen like the Pac-Man 2000s, all this stuff with Pac-Man, right? Pac-Man, but even though they modernized Pac-Man, it was still Pac-Man. And you can't take Pac-Man into some kind of open world well, you probably could, but
then it's not Pac-Man anymore.
Then it's not Pac-Man.
But you can do some things with Mario and still like push the limits and stuff like that. I truly believe that. But the beauty of it is not that it's just the gimmick. What's the new gimmick for them? Like the gimmick was the motion sensor. The gimmick was the gyro, the 360. What are they going to do now? What are they going to do now to set themselves apart from everybody else?
Did you hear Xbox and PlayStation party chats will be released to the public on June 19th?
A what? Like you could be able to talk to each other?
Yeah. In the party chats, yeah.
I only mess with the PC.
And I'm
in the master race
everywhere. Neither a master race. Listen, I'm gonna have you be like MGK and build me a PC. What's up?
Listen, and I'm gonna be like MGK is gonna be sitting in that corner for a while. You're gonna be dusty, and I'll be like, I don't got no time.
All right, just send me the pieces. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, hey man, hey, beautiful one, man. She actually enjoyed it, man. She enjoyed it. So
who's your Valentine's?
Buck, what did I tell you? You're gonna have to send me a notification. I'm gonna send you my email. We'll discuss. And then maybe you can have a conversation. Till then, I didn't get my Now this question is for you. Yeah. I'm a cock blocker. And MGK, this is for you. MGK, was the we graphically intense? No, it was very casual, which is why it will be too. Think about it. We will never heard of the Steam Deck. This would be amazing. If we never heard of the Steam Deck, this would be amazing. I think he has his point. I think.
I mean, I get you, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't know what Nintendo's gonna do with their hardware to justify it outside of just making it new. It's gonna be the third party game that's gonna get it. It's not gonna be Nintendo.
Listen, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna disagree with you because Nintendo has always pushed. Like Nintendo always doing something. Nintendo, like the Nintendo alarm. They do shit that don't make sense, but it's like the 2 screens. They always do something. And I think they're gonna do something that's gonna set themselves apart from everybody else.
I'm about to steal our boy word. So you saying Nintendo gonna have that gimmick?
They're gonna have a gimmick. It's what is it? I don't know.
I mean, like
they're held this close to the vest.
But listen to what I said. I've said it 3 times since we've been on here. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna have to do something to justify that money, because for the games that Nintendo produces. Now we're talking about Nintendo. All those games that you mentioned that were fire don't come from Nintendo.
It's their IP though.
they just releasing it on. There's games that develop on. There's not their IPs completely. They just happen to be producing those directly with Nintendo. Those are third party studios though.
Sir. Pesos. Talk to me. Now, with that being said, let's go on to the next topic, shall we?
Did you get your tickets already for Friday? Wait, did you see it already? Did you do a preview?
We're not even there yet. Calm down. God damn Negroes. You can't ever
listen. First of all, I'm excited. You can't calm me down.
We're gonna get to that. Now, Sega, we thought Sega was dead, right? MGK, how long have you haven't heard from Sega?
Outside of movies, Sonic the Hedgehog, nothing.
Well, they're alive. They're alive and well, and we're gonna talk about it right now.
Hi, Sega. Hi, welcome back to the game.
We're gonna play this.
Forged to unleash vengeance.
The people from Streets of Rage 4.
It is the soul of a shinobi. No obstacle can stand in their way. Soaring where others would not dare. Striking with lethal precision. Each weapon a tool, each tool a part of the whole. This is the master of the shinobi. The legend continues.
Summertime, a new Shinobi game comes out. Listen, Chosen. I agree. It's got. I believe the game's probably gonna be $29.99. Probably gonna be $29.99. It's one of those flash games. It looks very similar to Streets of Rage, the Ninja Turtle game, like old school.
Dude, it looks like
new.
I got a game for you. If you guys haven't played it, download it. I think it's really cheap. Chosen, you got your game. You got your PC now. Download Jitsu Squad. If you want to play Shinobi early, go download Jitsu Squad, and you basically got Shinobi. I think it's gonna be dope. I think I'm gonna buy it. But it's a lot of games that are out there right now that's just like.
So Shinobi looks good. It looks worth playing, in my opinion. Where is it gonna be playable at?
Well, that was on PlayStation's State to Play, but I believe it's going to be out for every system.
It's going to be out for everything.
Okay.
I believe it's going to be out for every system.
So is Sega trying to work its way back into consoles?
It's definitely not. But they have they're going to come out with this. They're playing the long game. They're coming out with this movie. So what better way to get people hyped for the movie than coming out with a new game?
True.
Actually, so they're actually reversing the gameplay, the normal gameplay, because normally the movie comes out and then they make a game. So okay, reverse.
I listen, Chosen One. I was thinking like this doesn't other than it being a ninja, it doesn't remind me of the game, the old Shinobi games.
Actually. So it does with the shooting across and the climbing and everything, but it looks like a lot of other games. So the mechanics are just too much.
The only thing that reminded me of the old Shinobi is when the bunch of ninjas came out when he hit the special.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, to me, it didn't really scream Shinobi to me.
Yeah, it looks like that Contra game also.
So,
I mean, I'm excited though. The truth of the matter is, I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna buy it too. Though I'm not so high on it. I'm gonna buy it too because I like the IP. I support Sega.
It's Shinobi.
Now they just need to come out with a Crazy Taxi remake, and we'll be good.
Crazy Taxi!
Y'all want a Crazy Taxi remake?
I want a Crazy Taxi. I love Crazy Taxi.
I want a.
That was one of my favorite Dreamcast games.
It was one of my favorite Dreamcast games. That one in my Tomb Raider that she got stuck in the freaking cave. But I want Knights. I want a Dreamcast game. Not a Dreamcast. I had Saturn.
Sega
Saturn too.
Saturn.
Yeah,
So what game would you want? Knights?
She just said Knights.
I also can I see Parappa the Rapper? Let's teach him how to rap again.
No. Keep that game where it was. I hate that game. I could never master that game.
Punch, kick, punch.
It's supposed to be simple, and did you ever get into that game, MGK?
Huh?
His face.
No.
Did you ever get into that game?
No. See.
No.
Okay, at least it wasn't just me, so I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
No time to see you ever thought of tying up your hair
And
with
then
pink tails.
let's get on to one of our next topics because this one is everybody can get into. Super Bowl came and gone. The three-peat died. Did you watch the Super Bowl, MGK? Did you enjoy it?
I did. Hey, is somebody playing something in the back?
Yeah, I think that's Infinite. Infinite. Turn off your thing because you're playing something in the background.
He said, "Yo, Dynasty, you didn't see the pink? He wants pink tails or pigtails."
I don't know.
All right, Buckwheat.
So back to the question. I don't know what.
Yes, I saw the Super Bowl. It was great. The game was okay. I mean, I told y'all I knew we all knew the three-peat was gonna be hard.
That team was overpowering though. Like that is almost a Pro Bowl team in itself.
That was one of the hardest defenses I have ever seen in life.
And they didn't even have to blitz. They were just doing the front four.
They had like 5 blitz in the beginning. What are you talking about?
No, they did not have a blitz. They only had the 4 linemen in the front.
Yeah, they ran a 4-3.
Bruising him. Like they didn't have to send extra heat. Like they were overpowering them with those just big ass 4 dudes. Them dudes was abusing Patrick Mahomes. They were abusing him.
It was dead at halftime.
Yeah, it was. I mean, but you wanted to see the game. You wanted to know.
You wanted to see if you were going to witness history or he was going to get dethroned.
With me being from Atlanta, I don't count out no game that's out over 28 points at halftime.
Well, your thing was very unique. Your thing was very unique. Okay.
You know, I've seen the team be up. It looked like they could go home and get on the bus and come back second half and get their ass whooped 28-3.
That happens, but they was like 40 up. Like
it only happened once, and I hope it don't never happen to nobody.
No, I wanted you wanted to happen again, so they don't. When that happens, they don't bring up. Oh, well, it happened to the Falcons. You want someone else to be like, yeah, it was them. They did it. So. At first, I thought it was going to go the way of the Chiefs because that first penalty was against the Eagles. I said, "Yeah, it's coming in. Let's go, and it never happened. Yo,
was I the only one that was like, yo? I was like, when I saw the referee staff, like some of the penalties they started throwing out, we was like, this is getting a little weird.
What did you say? Repeat that again.
Some of those penalties, man, they was getting a little flaky.
Yeah, it was almost like they wanted to say, you know what, we're not cheating for them. So look at all these penalties we're gonna call against them. Like that's how it felt to me. Like when you overcorrect yourself too much, like that's how it felt to me. But
there were no outstanding plays that you were like, damn, oh my God. Like it really wasn't.
Right. No, it was very
a thought out game plan.
It was a clean game. I'm not mad at it, you know.
But there was no highlights for me. There was no highlights for me.
Ooh, no.
Okay.
The picks were nice, but they weren't like picks that you ain't never seen before. They just happened to be in the Super Bowl.
So okay, this is what. Let's get to the nitty gritty. What did you think about the halftime show?
I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna go last.
Oh, I was gonna wait too. I was gonna let y'all have
that means nobody want to go. That says it all.
I mean, dude, like I was watching it. I was like, so I'm admittedly like, I'm not the biggest Kendrick fan, right? It's not that I don't like Kendrick. I mean, his style just isn't.
It isn't for you.
It's not a style because I don't rhythmically as a rapper. It's hard for me to follow, you know. I mean, it's like he just talking a lot. He don't really sound like he rapping. But what he's got to say, if you know what he's talking about, is deep sometimes.
Can I go ahead? I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
No. The whole diss track thing. I mean, like to do that on national TV in front of the biggest crowd ever, like for any game, like that was the most watched halftime show of history, was different.
All right. So this is what I got to say to this. So almost similar to what you said. Lyrically, no one could say that Kendrick Lamar is not awesome. Lyrically, he's one of the best in the game right now. However, to me, I thought the halftime show was supposed to be about entertainment, not about you trying to give me your art, tell me this deep meaning. It was supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be for the masses, not a set of people that know about the beef. Because not everybody know about this beef, right?
Well, only one piece of the show was about the beef.
The whole show was about a crescendo of him singing that stupid fucking song.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Like that's all he did. He used the song like 5 times.
But hey, using the whole PlayStation controller was dope, bro. Did you see the button thing?
That was hot.
Yeah, that was dope. For Grand Theft Auto.
The whole thing was about trolling Drake, like from his 2 ex-girlfriends, from him talking about suing, like all this stuff. He has a good catalog. He could have played a lot better songs and got a lot of different artists out there as features. But he was so engrossed with trying to embarrass Drake that he lost the bigger picture. It's like this is supposed to be for the masses, and I thought it was for his people in Compton.
Hey,
like,
hold up. So hold up. I got a question. So Infinite, you said you want to go last. I'm gonna say one more thing, right, and then I'm gonna let you go. UAG, I hear you, but understand this: every single piece of that halftime show had to be approved. Everything. There was nobody that walked out there or performed anything that wasn't already approved. And you got to remember that even Sony, that your boy that he dissed, is backed by Sony. So even Sony was in on the dissing of their own artists at that point in time. What do you have to say about that? That everything laid itself out. It was approved. It was a group of people. We go to say the people that have a lot of power, money, and influence that know that this is a $1 billion thing, and they said, you know what, do it.
Listen, Chosen One, I'm a black man in the world. I know how it is when I understand that meaning, but I don't think that was for the Super Bowl, bro. I just don't think that's the time or place for it. Like, if I go to your concert, I could understand seeing that. If it was the Grammys is about an art form. I could see that. But it's a Super Bowl. I want to see bitches shaking the ass. In an event. It's a spectacle. Like when Michael Jackson was on stage, that was a spectacle. This is not. It wasn't for me.
All right,
but
so
I'm sure it was for somebody. But I'll give it.
Infinite, you have the floor.
It sounds like UAG wants a performance. He wants to keep it simplified, wants to be entertained. As a longtime Super Bowl host, he normally hosts games, huge games. You know, he knows what the crowd likes. So I'll give it to him. You know, I'll give it to him. Look, Kendrick Lamar came out and thought this was a great opportunity to propel America, I see Chosen said it, I believe, to propel African American culture in the Super Bowl on the biggest stage in the world, and shit on America at the same time. So he took that opportunity. He wasn't there to perform. He also took the time to perform his latest hits from his latest album that is on his own record. He did not think to bring anyone out. The only reason he brought SEGA out was because that song All Stars is a part of the Wakanda soundtrack, and it made sense. Bringing out Serena, it was a petty move. It was a truly petty move, and this is his only opportunity. He shall fall after this. We know it. I see it. It's gonna happen. His time is over. The trend is over. It's done and over with. This was his rise and his fall at the same time. So he took it. He lost it. Everyone, I've have countless reviews on how everyone felt. No one was impressed. There was a bigger picture, yes, but it wasn't the time nor the place.
Listen, I understand. Chosen One, I understand what you're saying. I understand his reasoning behind it. But if you were to tell me, did I enjoy it? I didn't enjoy it. I understand why he did it. I understand that that's the most eyes he'll ever have on him at one point in time. And so it makes sense for his agenda.
You know what? I didn't think about that. What you just said was true. It's like, okay, I talked to a lot of people, right? And even when you go to talk to people that was at like parties and they had like these movie theaters rented out, nobody was like, except for like the people from Compton. I give them that. A couple people that was from that place. Nobody watched the show for enjoyment. Everybody watched to see what was gonna happen. Like everybody was like on the edge just to see what it was gonna be, but and nobody was mad. It wasn't like, oh, it was a horrible performance. You know, it was.
No, I was mad with Rihanna when her pregnant ass was on there. So like she shouldn't have been pregnant on there, but that's okay.
Yeah, you know, and you was like, yo, it was well thought out. Like I said, when I first saw it come on, and I was looking at the shakes, I was like, why does this dude have all these PlayStation stuff going on? And I started looking at all the stuff that was going on, and there was a giant PlayStation controller, and it was this and that, and I was like, and then it was like, you know, like game over, all this. I was like, oh, that was like the whole thing was dope in the way it did it, but it wasn't, just like you just said. At the end of the day, it was a spectacle. It wasn't very entertaining. You know, some things you watch because, like, when you watch all this crazy shit on TV, on Facebook, on YouTube, it's not necessarily entertaining. You watch it for the shock value. And to me, this was more like a shock value moment. And everybody in the world wanted to see the shock value. I just don't.
They just wanted to see, is he going to say Drake's name? Is he going to yell out pedophile? Is he going to do he's going to say A minor on stage? Yeah. And he did. And so for everybody, listen.
Was an opportunity.
More kudos
took
to
the wrong
you.
type. Lost my respect.
Well, so hold up, Console. Let me tell you something. I get what you're saying, but you got to understand. I know this is gonna sound like the wackest end of what you're thinking. That's their lifestyle out there, bro. If you're out there, you get it. Like everybody in her hood, everybody around her, whether it's her friend, her foe, family, or not, is a lot of these people are affiliated with these gangs. So to say that she's not because that her sister got killed by a Crip, I mean, I think that if you look at street violence out there in that area, you know, like a lot of people are going to get killed by people in gangs if they're getting killed, because that's what's in that area and that's who they are.
I'm still not Crip walking if somebody gets killed in my family by the Crip. I'm not.
Yeah, that's a little much. But
hold up, but I got a question for you. I'm about to say something and I'm about to throw you off, and I'm not trying to be funny. How you know she ain't a Crip? How you, if her family grew up in that, forget about the media and all this stuff. I'm talking about, I know people out there, you know people out there. And it's just like, you know, like in Chicago, you got a lot of professional people, mayors, doctors, lawyers, they're affiliated with gangs. That's what they grew up in. I'm not from LA. I'm just saying.
I'm not from LA, but I'm from Middle America. I'm the best representation of people who are watching the Super Bowl.
Oh, you're the majority for sure,
right?
You're the majority.
What I'm saying is, we are not looking for a niche audience. We're looking for the masses, and that is why they select certain people for the Super Bowl, right? They don't select you freaking Joe Smo for the Super Bowl. They select a superstar, someone that can hit all the different levels.
Don't say that, KFB, because you sit there and you saw Eve, who was roughly affiliated with a lot of gang life in New York and in Philly, marry a dude that's a duke. So that don't mean shit, bro. I'm telling you, when you people grow up in this shit, they grow up in it. You go, I know a lot of professional people that are judges, doctors, and lawyers that grew up in gang affiliated families. And they were at some point part of this stuff, and they're not going to come out and be banging on wax, but that's what they grew up in. If every one of her cousins and every one of her brothers or her grandfather's a Crip, then what does it change? Maybe her dad isn't, but everybody else is.
I could say for her more, I don't think it's about the gang thing. I think she is so Compton. She is so from LA that she was just so happy to be saying, hey, I can represent where I come from on this stage. I will never be given the opportunity to represent where I come from again on the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is going to have the most eyes ever on anything that you'll ever see in the United States. And so she's representing from where she's at.
They were located in New Orleans. Listen, we all know she sat there and did that because of Drake. Let's not and say we did. Come on. It had nothing to do with representing Compton. It had nothing
for her, it
to
did.
do with
for her, it
the
did.
Crip dance, maybe. That's about it.
You're saying now again, it wasn't for me.
She took her power back.
Wait a minute.
She gave Drake power.
Allow me to speak for a moment, right? Remember a few years ago, maybe 20 years ago, when we had Uptown Baby, like it's like a national, it's like an anthem. That song is an anthem for Compton. That is their anthem. So she's representing her where she comes from. That song. I think that's the real reason why she did it. Yeah, she gets to also throw some salt at her ex, but it was really it's a representation of where she comes from. If you're from there and that's so big, you're gonna take that opportunity.
I hear you, but you got married and Drake isn't. It's as simple as that. This is not your opportunity to come out and dance on a whole platform that's built to just diss Drake, because it wasn't even like people are pushing this agenda that he had a bigger message, but we all know it was just a shit on Drake. That was his opportunity. And there were so many people who were riding that bandwagon because Drake was so big. That's not when you gang up on him, it's gonna give you an opportunity. That was not her moment to come out. She has held herself in high esteem. Her father held her in a high esteem. Her championships, her career choices, who she is as an individual was in a high esteem. And then you come out on that thing doing that. Like I said, she gave Drake power over her at that moment in time.
Yeah. So, MGK, any last words on the Super Bowl other than?
Nah, I'm about to send you something for all the people that just that are saying something. I can't. I gotta send it. I gotta send it through here. So I want everybody to know that you do know that the Bloods and for you guys, somebody she from Continent, that the Bloods and the Crips both do the same thing. They just call it something different. That's all it is. They both do the same dance.
The dance, it's a different.
Bompton and Compton. It's Bompton and Compton. That's it.
I'm just saying, I mean, it's not like doing that dance is like just only for Crips. Like it's a colloquialism for people in California. I don't know. I don't know how to make this make sense.
So
I asked my wife. She knows very well, so I could ask her. That's where.
And not to
most
say
of her family
last
is,
but not least is it hurts people from New Orleans to not have anyone in New Orleans there. Okay, they didn't want Lil Wayne, but like there were other artists that were there.
Well, they had Fat Master
Did they
P
use a
there.
band? But no, he was in the building. He wasn't on the stage. Did they even use a band from New Orleans? Did they even at least do that? Was the band from New Orleans? Did they at least do the marching band? New Orleans is known for marching bands. Are you serious?
I just sent you something in Facebook. So.
Okay.
But I mean, so that's always been a problem. We had the same problem here in Atlanta. Think about it, Atlanta, the Mecca, like music all around here, all these artists, all these people. You had the Super Bowl here, and you didn't have nobody from Atlanta in there. People was pissed.
Well, they made up for it with Usher last year and his people.
That shit sucked.
You're gonna wow! I can't believe you said that.
I did.
Okay, let's.
What's the difference?
Very similar.
That's not the same. There is a difference.
I mean, there's a difference, I'd say, but it's similar.
It's not really that much.
They actually look like they're spelling out the word blood as opposed to Crip when it looks like you're just hopping around in a circle. It's not safe.
She said not even close. But okay. Now we'll end on a lighter note. This weekend is the weekend where Marvel comes back and takes the crown.
Think so?
And we have Captain America: Brave New World coming out, and we have a excellent actor like a Harrison Ford, an Oscar-worthy actor, being on there. I'm excited. I want to see Anthony Mackie put on the colors of America and represent being a black superhero. And you got the guy from what's the Breaking Bad? What's his name? Carlos Esposito. He's in there. I'm excited. I've got my tickets. Are you going to go see it this weekend there, MGK?
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. So you're okay with Captain America becoming black, but not Oz? Okay.
I'm okay with it because you know why?
No, I'm not upset with you at all.
You know why? Infinite, because it actually happened in the fucking comic book.
I love you, sir. You're not on my bad side.
It happened in the fucking comic book. Chosen one. It happened in the fucking comic book. You do know that. It happened many moons ago. This is not. I didn't make it up.
First of all,
Marvel didn't just wake up and say, "You know what? Let's make Anthony Mackie fucking Captain America," and then Anthony Mackie makes sure to let you know, I can never replace Captain America. I am my own thing.
Yeah.
He just holds the mantle. He's not really Captain America.
This is probably the closest storyline to what you have, because after the Thanos snap. I mean, you had Marvel. What was that? Marvel Gen 2 or Marvel? What was that? Marvel Gen 2, 2.2, whatever it was. So you had the elevation. It was a whole another story variant after that. So, and that's where Captain America became when he became Captain America. So, like you said, it's in the storybook. It's in the comic book. So, I'm not mad at it.
I can make a comic book and submit it to Marvel, and then they can make another one too, and you can say it's in the comics. Then you do know that there's they've never stopped making comics. People come up with new comics all the time. This is how you got Dark Knight after you got Batman. You know what I mean? People come up and make comics, and these aren't, whatever.
But I'm just saying it's not new. It's a pre-existing storyline.
They're just taken from existing work, and they put a little
special sauce on it. And y'all know I don't like the switch ups. So I mean, Beautiful says she want to go see it, so we're going to see it. I don't hate it. I don't hate the idea. I just think that they put way too much out there in the previews, and I don't know. They gotta have a twist in it that they haven't showed us yet because they put too much out there.
Listen, that there's got to be a twist because they can't fucking fight a Hulk. Something else got to happen. Something else got to happen. They don't even got superhero powers. Only one that I think got superhero powers is the bootleg Captain America, because he got the serum. So what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? If you were making a prediction, what do you think is gonna happen, MGK, in this movie?
I would say you're gonna get the Hulk show up, and he's gonna be the only person that can fight him. If you want to know what I want to see, nobody cared about what I want to see, because I do know that they were supposed to be introducing the mutants in this mug, right? But the only other person that could fight the Hulk, which when they cross it over, they would never put in there because he's a bad guy. So never mind.
We can't hear you. You're on mute. So
yeah.
I believe Wonder Wolverine is going to come up.
I thought you said Wonder Woman. I said wrong comic.
I believe Wolverine is going to. Hopefully, they've already created the deal that he can pop in. I feel like Wolverine's going to, because if you really follow the comics, there's been multiple fights, and Wolverine and the Hulk are, they fight, and Thor and Hulk fight. So, I mean, these are your options. I don't know about a villain coming through. You got Spider-Man's access to the satellite that has the Hulk Buster, I believe, and the one that those are your three options.
But Buckwheat, she was green.
I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna jump on MGK. I think the Hulk's gonna make an appearance. I think the Hulk's gonna make an appearance and save the day.
Because Anthony Mackie and you gotta remember, so Captain America and the Hulk were really, really good friends. They always hung out. So why wouldn't he at some point? He's still in the universe.
Yeah, you're right. But I think that's introducing one too many new Hulks.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is what I do hope, MGK, that they get rid of fucking Professor Hulk. I want them to go back to Savage Hulk. And I think that's why they're going to introduce freaking Red Hulk, because they're going to try to reintroduce Savage Hulk and say, we need the bad boy. We don't need just the smart ass Hulk. Smart ass Hulk he can't handle this dude.
But I don't think you ever get Savage Hulk back either, do you?
I'm hoping that they will, because
but I'm talking about in the storyline. I don't think you ever get him back.
Well, if we don't World Hulk is basically Savage Hulk.
Talking about World Hulk?
Yeah.
I mean, but it was something that was dramatic. Like it was something that I can't remember what happened. It was like he lost somebody in his family or something. What happened? Like, cause you remember you had Planet Hulk, you had World Hulk, you had all this other shit. So I mean, you had a whole Hulk, you had a whole planet of Hulk. So I mean, I can't remember.
I'm just hoping we get Savage Hulk back because this Professor Hulk, that's not my Hulk. I don't know who Hulk that is.
You do realize She-Hulk hasn't come out in a movie yet. This might be her opportunity to step in.
I would love that. I love that show. I love that show. That was a good spinoff.
But
that was a good spinoff.
Might be
I don't care what nobody says. I like
it.
Basuda.
I loved it. I loved it
too. I thought it was good.
I'm glad you're the only two people that love the show.
I liked it.
The show is fucking catchy. You know why? Because it's fucking trash.
I liked it. So
it could have went so much further. Like there's so much more it could have built on. They just said,
can I tell you something? It was supposed to be a comical show. How do you have a comical show that's not funny?
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't know what satire is?
I understand satire. I love satire. They obviously didn't do well with it.
Hold up. No. Yeah, she's right. It's satire. It was the Hulk for people who watch Big Bang Theory. It was big-minded comedy.
Hello. Talk to me, MGK. Talk to me.
What? Sir, I am the demographic for that show. If I'm telling you that this show was ass, the show was ass.
Well, only so many people can be smart. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. The show was ass, bro. When she's fucking twerking like she thinks she's Megan Thee Stallion, they went too far.
But I mean, you got to remember, so that storyline was funny because she was a grown woman who got thrust into being something that was already used to living her life. She didn't. I mean, like it wasn't. She was still trying to be just herself. Mm-hmm. She never wanted to be a Hulk.
You think Hulk wanted to be a Hulk? No, we get that.
Hulk was fucking around with
well, in the comics, Chosen, she was just as confused, and she ended up being a protector. But they had to give her some kind of lifestyle, bro. Even in the comics, she tried to fit in with regular people. She wasn't like the Hulk where he was Hulk smash all the time. She was always smart. She was never stupid. She always had her mind, and she always wanted to live her life. She always did. And that part of that storyline never changed.
No, I think they were accurate to the comic. I do, but I just think that it wasn't funny. The one funny part I think was fucking Daredevil doing the walk of shame, reverse roles of what women normally do, like him doing the walk of shame. Bro. I thought that was funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But the whole thing about Kevin Feige being a machine and her climbing out of the menu of a fucking Disney Plus, like I thought that was fucking stupid.
Gotcha.
It took me out of the show.
So the show was all about breaking the third wall. And I think
and she does that in the comic too, but I still don't think that
it was a whole show about breaking the third wall, and it doesn't work all the time. But if it for those who get it, they love it. I love those movies where people break the third barrier, right? And they bring you into the story. Like it's like, like I think that's really what makes Deadpool so lovable as a movie, is because he continues to always break the third wall. He brings that audience that's watching it in the seats into it. He says stuff like, oh, this is a movie, and this is this, and this is that, and all this other stuff while they're making the movie, and it makes it that much better, right?
But it works for that character. It works for that writing. He really, like, that couldn't be every comic, every movie. I just don't think that it works for that show.
I can believe. I hear you, Ward. I think the idea was good. Maybe the people they chose weren't that good. I mean, if I was them, I probably would have pulled somebody out to be her that was a known actress, right? Somebody that would have been gravitated to more popularity, somebody that you wanted to see more instead of somebody that you wasn't so used to, that you had to like. You had to learn to like her. And I think that was a little shaky in that one.
Like I think they had like some really good ideas that didn't
Wow.
work well.
You said, but Deadpool is good though.
Yeah,
is it?
And is it? It is. It's great. It's great.
So we okay. Let's say that. So when everybody saw the book Deadpool and Wolverine, we discussed that movie, right? We discussed it in depth several times. I myself thought the movie, as vulgar as Deadpool is, I thought it pushed a limit of vulgarity that I was.
You started feeling uncomfortable.
I just at some point it wasn't funny to me no more. At some point, some of the stuff wasn't funny.
I think this is what Chosen One. You have to be a Ryan Reynolds fan. Like Ryan Reynolds is the same character throughout every one of his movies, every one of his things, and you're on mute again. You're on mute again.
Blade, Vanderpool, Waiters, Green Lantern.
He's the same guy. He's the same guy throughout the whole thing. So you either like him or you don't.
Yeah, I just think they went too far in the movie. Yeah. I got to the point where it was funny. You know, you can go funny and then you can go past funny. Yeah. I think that for me, they kind of went a little past funny for me. I'm not saying for the world. Great movie. It sold a lot. A lot of people love it. I thought it was a good movie.
No, I can understand why I can understand why you say that though. Like there's certain things like you're like almost cringy. Like I could see that for some, especially if you like with a kid and you're like, oh man, I can't. My kid
like every scene he has with his old lady roommate.
She's like, oh, we can't do cocaine. She's like, oh, the 8-ball. Like, we can do that. Like, all right.
The first one when she shot his penis was out and all that stuff. You got a blind roommate and all that, yeah.
All right. So, guys, it's about that time. We're over an hour and 30 minutes. Hey.
Check out your DM.
Is it on
Facebook? Yeah.
Okay, because you already know the rules are the rules.
It's got to be on there.
That's funny. He's like, it's got to be on there. He do me the same way. Don't worry about it.
I got to keep it. I got to keep it the same. Okay, so let's go ahead.
This is close to my heart, near and dear.
What you got?
Well, we're gonna find out now. She got me working today. I don't like working.
Oh Lord!
Did you like that?
Bro, I couldn't understand a word that was being said, man. I had my volume turned up. I had a bunch of people yelling and screaming at the house.
You're talking about me?
Didn't know what was going on, man. I was waiting for Willie Nelson to come out, man, and sing America the Beautiful or something.
I think next year, now that Trump's president, we have someone like Willie Nelson at halftime. That's what Hulk wants?
Well, that would be great.
Okay. See, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I don't want to. Listen, remember what MGK Infinite. Remember when the titty situation happened?
Yes.
Definitely.
That fucked us for like the next 10 years. We started getting nothing but old ass people, fucking Mick Jagger.
They brought out. Was it Sting or somebody? Who they brought out and just set him in front of a piano?
Yeah, like
right after that.
All these old people. Like I didn't want that shit either.
Like Mick Jagger or some shit. Like.
So we overcorrected ourselves, and we had nothing but old ass motherfuckers that looked like they were about to die on stage. Nobody wanted to see that shit. And nobody wanted to see no Willie Nelson. So please do not listen to this man and change shit up like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, I love me some Hogan. Don't do that.
Oh.
And now it's cool to boo him. Like, and everybody be booing that motherfucker. So listen, nobody wants no damn Willie Nelson. That's it. Jesus, please.
Let's get out of here, y'all.
All right. You know what to do, MGK. Let them know.
Hey, what's up? You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, you guys are the best part of this show. This is the show that you have a voice also. So thank you for coming and speaking your mind and letting us know what's up. We appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. See you next week.
You know what to do, guys. Peace out. We'll see you next week with Willie Nelson's greatest hits.
If Willie bring that weed,
Yeah.